What's up, guys? Bajheera here, so back at it again. Once more on the Shadowlands Alpha. So we just knocked out the Arms Warrior overview video, but we also got to show some love to Fury. So we'll probably follow a similar model here in terms of popping open the talents. See what's up? Look at this. We got a new quest, by the way. Oh. Okay, sure. We'll do that too. All right, let's pop open good old Fury. Take a look at the talents. And I think it's going to be another situation where, like, not a ton is changed, but more than Arms, I would say. So we still have some talent choices of War Machine. But notice that that Sudden Death and Inner Rage are actually on this tier instead of, like, sharing a tier with Furious Slash. And so Fresh Meat has been, like, moved around a little bit, too. And Sudden Death has been moved around a little bit as well. So I'm pretty sure it used to be, like, War Machine and... I don't know if Furious Slash is up here, but yeah, so the Rage management ones are on a different place. We saw that this talent tier is my least favorite. Double Time, Stormbolt, Impending Victory. I don't like that. But Fresh Meat is kind of interesting now. Bloodthirst always enrages you the first time you strike a target. And it has a 15% increased chance to trigger Enrage, so that's kind of a cool talent. Definitely fun for leveling, so that you're like, you always start like every fight with Enrage, basically, right? Whenever you fighting a new mob or a pack of mobs, Fresh Meat's kind of cool for leveling. But none of this stuff is any different, I don't think, besides just where it is. But Fresh Meat is new. We have Massacre, where Execute is available on targets below 35% health, and its cooldown is reduced by 1.5 seconds. I don't know if that's the case in BFA, because I don't use this talent, but that is interesting. If it is different. We have Furious Slash, where it looks very much the same. Stacking haste whenever you use it, right? Up to 3 times. We have Furious Charge, Bloodthirst Healing. We have Bounding Stride, Warpaint. I think this is the same. In this tier, Frothing Berserker is in a different place, I think. But we also have Fervor of Battle for Fury now, where Whirlwind generates 3 more Rage and slams your primary target. So that's kind of interesting. Makes Whirlwind like a little bit more powerful single target. Especially when you stack it with this thing. Wrecking Ball, which is the return of, I believe this is a Legion talent, where becoming enraged has a 25% chance to make your next Whirlwind deal 300% increased damage. I don't know if that affects the slam on it too, but still kind of cool. These are fun for leveling, right? Just smacking mobs in AoE. Frothing Berserker gives you 10% haste and 20% movement speed for 6 seconds when you reach 100 Rage. It was a talent that I used in Legion. It works nicely with Reckless Abandon. Makes you deal some good damage and some good haste whenever you get the full rage bar. Then Onslaught is a new ability that I'm not like super excited about. I find it to be a teeny little bit underwhelming in terms of the damage that it deals and like the animation. It says brutally attack an enemy for 790 damage, requires enrage. So whenever you get enraged, you can pop an Onslaught. It does generate rage and it does do a little bit of damage. The animation for it is like a little bit I don't know, it's a little bit frail. I feel like it doesn't really feel like you're brutally attacking, but we can work on that. Anyway, that's new. We have Wrecking Ball, which is the Whirlwind thing. Dragon Roar and Bladestorm are the same for now. Reckless Abandon, Anger Management, and Siege Breaker are all the same as well. So not like a ton of stuff crazy for Fury right now. I believe the honor talents are the same too. I don't think we have any new honor talents quite yet. But overall, cool stuff. Nothing insane, but some interesting stuff so far. When it comes to the abilities, I think it's also kind of a similar boat, right? A lot of these things will be overlap for Arms Warrior, right? Battle Shout, everything is the same. We have Ignore Pain, which costs more for Fury. But I think it kind of makes sense that Fury has a little bit more of a rage cost for Ignore Pain. I think it'd be kind of cool if it didn't. Frankly, that'd be kind of nice if it didn't. But I think that they're trying to make it sort of make sense with the fact that Fury doesn't really spend a lot of rage except on Rampage, and you can still use a lot of other attacks that cost no rage. And this is off global cooldown, so you can be like hammering your normal abilities and using Ignore Pain. And if it only costs 40 rage, maybe that'd be not quite enough. But I think it would be okay if it wasn't 80. Rage, but like I said, I think they're trying to have it in line with Rampage. You have to spend some resource to do it, but maybe Fury is just that crazy where they don't have to they can just shield themselves a lot. All right, hello there. You can also use Intervene, Intimidating Shout, all this stuff, but notice that Fury also has Hamstring, right? So since Piercing Howl is now a cooldown, Fury has Hamstring again, which I think is okay. That's cool. I like it. Rallying Cry, Shattering Throw, all these things we talked about on arms, still the same. Sorry if we're glossing over it a little bit. If you're watching the Fury video first, and you're wondering how I feel about all of these additional abilities in depth, refer to the Arms Warrior video. But the basics are, this is cool stuff. I like that we've added this to Fury. I feel like Fury doesn't really benefit as hard from some of these changes as Arms, because I still don't think that any of these changes are making Fury like better for PvP. Basically what Fury needs for PvP is you need Immortal Strike, and then maybe it can be effective, or just overwhelming damage, which it does, but a lot of other classes do more damage and are better at other things, like Demon Hunter, right? If you just want damage, Demon Hunter has more ability and a little bit more utility. But Fury, in terms of its real smooth rotation and real fun playstyle, is intact. It's just added some other things, but you're really not going to be shield blocking a lot as Fury in like PvE, and you're never going to use Slam ever, I don't think. But like I said, if for PvE, Fury retains its power. For PvP, it's not really gaining a whole lot from what I'm seeing right here. But shield block, I mean, it has value, right? This is a powerful ability. Blocking all attacks for 6 seconds, huge, right? Ignore Pain, very, very cool, even though it's very expensive. So I feel like the things that have been added to Warrior in general just don't really add as much to Fury. But it's still really cool. I was doing dungeons as Fury, it felt really fun. So that's still good. But a lot of these things are pretty much the same. I think Bloodthirst does heal you for a little bit less. I believe it's 5% on BFA. Now it's only 3%. Regen, the same. You know, all of this stuff is the same. I feel like, you know, Whirlwind still is cleaving your attacks, right? For, you know, 50% damage. But still cool, right? We have Execute, which is still generates rage instead of costing rage. Piercing Howl is, once again, like we talked about in the Arms video, it is an AoE that is on a cooldown, but it slows by 70%. So that's pretty nice. But nothing, you know, once again, nothing is really all that crazy different for Fury. Execute damage being increased by 15% at level 58 is pretty cool, though. I didn't catch what the bonus thing for Fury was. For the level 52 talent, though. I didn't catch that, so maybe I need to go back and look at what it is for Warriors in general. Because there was a level 52 thing for Arms that was really, really nice. It buffed our defensive ability, so I don't think that Enraged Regen looks very much different, right, than it was before. It's still a 2-minute cooldown, so I gotta try to figure out what the heck. Maybe it made Recklessness last 2 seconds longer. Is that what it was? Maybe that's what it was. Made Recklessness last a little bit longer. Instead of 10 seconds, it was 12 seconds. I think that's what it was. Because now it's 16 seconds with my talent, so that must have been it. But Execute getting buffed is pretty cool, too. So all in all, I think that Fury, like I said, is really smooth and fun still. They took basically, to recap where we're at in the alpha right now, which is very subject to change. This is the very first build of the alpha that's actually playable. Is they took basically the design of BFA, class design for Warrior at least, plopped it in the alpha so we could explore these beautiful new zones and test out basically just this area, maybe test out the first dungeon as well. But a lot of class changes haven't really been made in terms of the talents and everything, except for they just added these baseline Warrior things like Intervene, Ignore Pain, the shield stuff. They just plopped that in for us to sort of experiment with. So everything is not fully fleshed out, and it's not supposed to be at this point. We're just supposed to be messing around. Leveling to level 53 is the cap right now, and exploring making sure the quests work, making sure the dungeon works, which it dungeon was pretty buggy when we first tried it the first day. Hilariously so. I got a good laugh out of it, but yeah, it definitely was not working right in a couple different ways. But that's part of the fun of these testing phases. You get to help fix that. But like I said, Fury does feel good. It just doesn't really feel like it's gained quite as much power, because it doesn't really address the things that Fury needs as much as it addressed the things that Arms need. Like, Arms did a lot of damage. It just needed some extra peel for its teammates, and it needed some extra, you know, survivability assistance. And shield block and ignore pain really help out arms. Fury, I feel like, has relatively decent survivability. It still benefits from these things, but it's like a little bit clunkier to use, I feel like, for Fury. But it doesn't really give Fury what it needs, which is Immortal Strike to be effective. So we'll keep working on that. But all in all, this is, I think, a decent overview of where Fury's at. Very similar to BFA, with addition of a couple cool things, a couple different talents to be excited about, but nothing like massively game-changing quite yet. But still exciting, still fun to play, and we'll definitely be looking to keep you posted on how Fury continues to work out in the alpha. But stay tuned for more. I'm definitely gonna be playing more Warrior because Warrior is my main focus. It's my main class, always will be. So we're definitely gonna want to continue to do more testing as Arms and Fury. I want to complete the dungeon and post that for you guys as well. But another thing we're going to be doing is, especially because there's like limited content that you can do on one character in the alpha, it's a great time to check out other classes and explore. So I'm definitely looking to play DK, to play Rep Pally, probably playing some Rogue and some Monk as well, because those are classes that I've played in the past. Maybe even Enhancement Shaman, because they kind of reworked Enhanced. That'd be another fun one to play, and I've played that in the past as well. So let me know what you guys are excited to see in terms of what classes you'd like to see, and we'll happily fire those up on the alpha, fire those up on the stream, and have some fun with that as well. But for now, let's wrap up the Fury video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more. Peace!